Hey friends, this is Jared from omnivorebladeworks and Self-Reliance Essentials. The sign is now gone. Things have been getting organized and more messes and cow pies to step in. But figured I'd give you an update to see where I'm at. Still far off from getting back in the knife making life. I really want to. And I'm just going to show you what's going on around this shop. Daddy duty and baby mama house and I don't know, chores of all kinds have just distracted me from doing the things that I really love to do and doing the things I have to do instead. And also I just step in cow pies and do things that I want to do but I shouldn't do, which is just me. So here we go. Right now I'm restoring the chipper that I bought from a friend of mine. I jammed a board right in that hole and it got stuck. It's like, this is a 120 horsepower Ford straight 6 powered chipper. Here's the engine. Runs great, runs like a top, but it's only a single barrel carburetor and the alternator doesn't work. And so there's some issues, and that's why I'm trying to restore it. It's really easy to pull the motor off, but there's some loud noises coming from the machine, and it turned out to be the bearing for the clutch, and the throwout bearing and the output shaft bearing for the clutch. The bearings on this main unit are actually pretty smooth. I think they've been changed before because this shaft is dented up, like somebody's hammered on it. It's more particularly on this side. I don't know why anybody would hammer on it, but it's all gunked up like somebody whacked it with a hammer. Anyway, I would love to get this thing fully pristine and totally restored, but because those bearings are okay, I just don't think it makes sense to take it apart and then paint it all. But the trailer has a frame that I had to put on some new rear shackle mounts. The front mounts are actually kind of worn too. You can see there's a rusty divot in here, and so I'm probably going to get a hard washer and stick it in there before I put the springs in. And this is the coating is KBS, which is a competitor to POR 15, and this is the KBS. Actually, no, it's POR 15 with a KBS primer and then the KBS top coat. And the top coat is a light gray, and it's very light, lighter than I thought it would be. And I've only done the top side for now because I just have a small finish sprayer that I actually use to coat my knives with. And so I'm just kind of making do with a small capacity paint gun. The axle for the trailer is all rusty as too, and the brakes don't work. And I was going to restore this part, but I'm just going to use this thing on the farm. Not the farm, but the estate for now. And so I'm not going to, and I'm going to have to replace the whole axle unit because the spindles are worn. So I'm just going to use it like it is, and then later on I'll convert it to a new axle that will take forward either 8-lug or 5-lug hubs, because I don't have a Chevy with a 6-lug hub and I like to have my tires and wheels cross compatible. Alright, so the next thing distracting me, the neighbor wanted me to refinish his teak table for his boat. My cousin have a house business and they have a customer who wanted a door, so I'm making a door out of sapele, which is way overkill. 2 1/4 inch thick giant door. Here are some guards for the CNC milling machine. I went ahead and sandblasted them because they've been sitting out in the rain, and that'll go for to the pig, the milling machine over there. This is the flywheel for the chipper, so I'll paint that too. That thing weighs like almost 300 pounds. It's incredibly heavy. What else? Here's various pieces. Another cover for the pig, the milling machine, oil pan reinforcing clamps, the fan that goes with the chipper, the fan and other thing, and then, ooh, this is the BB winch. So I bought this winch, and this other winch down there, you see it? That's for hauling logs up onto the trailer so that I can winch things up by hand. 2-ton winch. It was just a good deal at the time, although I didn't know that this one was jammed up. But anyway, it's getting a nice paint job to match the chipper. And basically, I like polishing turds. There's some more turds that need polishing. And here's the coating. This is the top coat. So far, we don't have the actual verdict on this coating because it's not cured yet. Although I did put some of these things in the oven, and this feels like it's pretty hard. It went in the oven for a couple hours at 180 degrees, and I can't scratch it with my thumbnail. Wait a minute. Yeah, I did scratch it through my thumbnail. Well, I guess I got to coat that again. Verdict is not completely out on the KBS coating. It's definitely not Cerakote, and it's definitely not KG coat. The cure time of 7 days to a full cure is disappointing. This feels very tacky right now. This does not go in the oven. Sorry if it's a long video, but it's been a while, so maybe you can grin and bear it. The springs from the trailer were all pitted and gross, and the bottom spring was cracked. And so I figured I'd just take that out and bolt it together again and use it again. And then here's a cover for the clutch for the Ford motor that goes to the chipper. Rusted holes in it, and I figured I'd try to use some of this fiberglass mat and some KBS or POR 15 paint to try to fill those rust holes after I sandblasted it. You can see it's kind of ugly. It's amazing how metal just disappears when it rusts. I'm not a fan of rust, you guys know that. Still have the same stuff piled high, ready to make some knives again. I don't know why I'm not doing that. It's kind of stupid. There's a bell housing for the straight 6 motor, and when I took the bushing off of the chipper, this was the side that held the primary drive pulleys. The way that this is called a Browning bushing, and you can see there's a little ring where I was pushing on it with the bolt, but it's a tapered bushing. You can see the taper there, and somebody beat the hell out of it at some point. I don't know why you would do that, because that's not how you put it on, but they even beat the hell out of it on that side too. But anyway, it broke, and so I'm going to get to practice doing some TIG welding with some high nickel rod and put this back together, because if I don't, it'll be out of balance. That's like several ounces, and if I put that whole thing back together with several ounces out of balance, it might do some bad stuff. And I got the die grinder out because the flash around this hole is a little sharp, and paint won't stick to it very well. And like I said, I'm president of the Turd Polishing Society, and I have too many turds to polish, as you can see. Oh, I forgot my motor mounts. I got to get those coated too. These are motor mounts that hold the motor to the frame of the trailer. Got to take them back to the sandblasting area. Anyway, there's some shackles. Shackles and spring mounts. U-bolts. Where are the U-bolts? Oh, that's right. They're in here. Got some U-bolts in the oven. Probably should have done this in a wide-angle lens. So, the extent of my turd polishing OCD is pretty deep, if that's the right word to use. But I did get rid of some KG coatings. I mixed together like 4 of these bottles that I had left over from 2002 from college, along with like 1 or 2 newer ones. And I ended up with a really beautiful, like dark gray green color. And these are the little screws that hold the blades into the rotor on the chipper. And then there's other bolts and stuff, and U-bolts and all kinds of different things that I've got in the oven and getting ready to bake at full temperature. So far they just shared the ride with the white stuff that was in there before, which we scratched with our thumbnail and now are very disappointed in KBS top coat. Anyway, there's a no end in sight to getting back to knife making, and I'm disappointed in that, but I really want to get back into it. And so all the stuff that's hiding away on the shelves someday will see the light of day of the world. And ooh, what's this? What is this thing? Is this a Tonto? And stuff I started like 6 or 7 years ago, like this Ultimate Tonto, is on the agenda to actually work on again. This may be the longest video I've done. That's just a bunch of shit. So I hope you enjoyed it. And it's the 26th, so I'm a day late and 3 months and a few days late. But like I said, I never expected this, but that's what I got. But I'm gonna make knives until I'm dead. And it's just going to take a little longer before I get back into it. So I will let you know when stuff is ready to sell to you. I do have quite a few things that are in the drawers ready to ship. I just have not spent the time to do any marketing because there's too much other turds to polish. Too many other turds to polish. One take wonder. Didn't think about this video at all, so you got a stream of shit right into your earballs. Have a good day.